In this class, we're going to learn how to solve quadratic equation using the formula method. Okay, let's start with the first question. Find the value of x in the quadratic equation 12x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals to 0 using the formula method. Okay, we have 12x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, now don't forget that the first step here is to identify your a, b, and c. You understand? Because in the quadratic equation that we derived in our previous class, which is this, we need the value of a, b, and c. Now, what is the a, b, and c in this quadratic equation? A is the coefficient of x squared. That is the coefficient of the highest power of the unknown. And b is the coefficient of x. And c is the constant term in the quadratic equation. You understand? The coefficient of x squared in this quadratic equation is 12. So a here will be what? 12. Okay? And b will be equals to -5 and c equals to -2. Do you understand? Okay, now having identified the values of a, b, and c, the next step is to substitute this value into this formula. You understand? Here I'm going to have, so x will be equals to minus b, that will be minus into bracket -5 because b is what? -5. You understand? Minus b plus or minus, so I'm going to have plus minus square root of b squared. Here I'm going to have minus 5 squared minus 4ac minus 4ac. A is 12 and c is what? -2 multiplied by -2. You understand? Okay, all over 2a, all over 2 multiplied by a. A is 12. You understand? So I have 2 multiplied by 12. You understand? Oh, here I'm going to have x equals to -1 multiplied by -5. That will be what? +5. So I'm going to have 5 plus or minus square root of b squared. -5 times -5, that will be what? 25. So I'm going to have 25 here, minus 4 into bracket 12 multiplied by -2. That will be what? -24. You understand? All over 2 multiplied by 12, that will be what? 24. So I'm going to have all over 24. Do you understand? Okay, here, let's proceed. X will be equals to 5 plus or minus. Now, let us simplify this. 25 minus 24 multiplied by -24. The first step is that you have to first take the product. The product of -4 and 24. You understand? -4 multiplied by 24 is 96. You understand? So here I'm going to have 25 plus 96 all over 24. You understand? So x will be equals to 5 plus or minus square root of 25 plus 96. That will be 121. You understand? So here I'm going to have 121. Are you paying attention? All over 24. You understand? So the next step is that I'm going to split this sign. You understand? I'm going to separate the signs. Here I'm going to have x equals to 5 plus square root of 121. Sorry. Square root of 121 all over 24, or 5 minus square root of 121 all over 24. You understand? Now, what is the square root of 121? The square root of 121 is 11. You understand? So I'm going to have here x will be equals to 5 plus 11 all over 24, or 5 minus 11 all over 24. Do you understand? Now 5 plus 11 is 5 plus 11 is 16. You understand? So here I'm going to have x equals to 16 all over 24. Are you paying attention? Or now 5 minus 11, that will be -6. You understand? So I'm going to have -6 all over 24. Okay, now we can reduce both fractions. What can we use to divide 16 and 24? We can use 8. So 16 divided by 8 is what? 2. And 24 divided by 8 is what? 3. So here I'm going to have 3. You understand? Do you understand? 24 divided by 8 will give us 3. So I'm going to have 2 all over 3. Now we can also reduce -6 all over 24. What can we use to divide -6 and 24? We can use 6. You understand? -6 divided by 6 is what? -1. And 24 divided by 6 will give us what? 4. So I'm going to have this all over 4. So the value of x that makes the quadratic equation 12x squared minus 5x minus 2 to be equals to 0 is that is 2 over 3 or negative 1 over 4. You understand? So let's have another question. We are asked to find the value of x in the quadratic equation 3x squared plus 14x plus 8 equals to 0 using the formula method. Whether the question says using the formula method or using the general formula or using the quadratic formula, it's also referring to this using this formula. You understand? So don't be confused. Okay. So let's solve the question. We have 3x squared plus 14x plus 8 equals to 0. Okay. Now, how do we solve this question using the formula method? We are still going to use the same steps that we used to solve this question. The first step is to identify your a, b, and c. A in this quadratic equation is the coefficient of x squared. The coefficient of x squared in this quadratic equation is what? 3. You understand? So here a will be 3. A equals to 3. You understand? And for the second, we have b equals to what? 14, and c equals to 8. Now, having identified your a, b, and c, the next step is to plug in these values into this formula and simplify. By so doing, you are going to get the value of x. Those values of x are the one that satisfy the quadratic equation. You understand? Okay. So having identified our a, b, and c, the next step is that we are going to plug in this value into this formula. You understand? We are going to plug in a, b, and c into this formula. So I'm going to have x equals to minus b. Minus b is what? 14. So I'm going to have minus 14 plus or minus square root of b squared. B is 14, so I'm going to have 14 squared minus 4 multiplied by a. A is what? 3. So I'm going to have 3 multiplied by c. C is 8 all over 2 multiplied by a. A is 3, so I'm going to have 2 x is equals to negative 14 plus. Now, take the square of 14. 14 square is 14 times 14. That will be what? 196. Okay, so I'm going to have this 196 minus 4 into bracket 8 multiplied by 3. That is what? 24. So I'm going to have into bracket 24 all over 6. You understand? For this, I'm going to have x equals to negative 14 plus or minus square root of, now, 196 minus 4 multiplied by 24. That will give us 50. So this negative sign is this. You understand? So 4 multiplied by 24 is 96. So I'm going to have this over 96 over 6 rather. Now, from this point, we're going to have x equals to minus 14 plus or minus square root of 196 minus 96. That is 100. So I'm going to have 100 all over 6. You understand? Now, here I'm going to separate the signs. I'm going to have x equals to negative 14 plus square root of 100 all over 6, or negative 14 minus square root of 100 all over 6. You understand? Okay. From this point, we can take the square root of 100. So I'm going to have x equals to negative 14 plus square root of 100 is 10. So I'm going to have plus 10 all over 6, or negative 14 minus 10 all over 6. You understand? Okay, x now will be equals to negative 14 plus 10. That is what? 4. So I'm going to have 4 all over 6, or now negative 14 minus 10. That is negative 24. So I'm going to have negative 24 all over 6. You understand? Now it is easy to determine the value of x. All you have to do is that you just have to reduce this fraction. So x, please pay attention. Let me just put it in bracket here. X is equals to 4 divided by 6. Reduce it by 2. Reduce both the numerator and the denominator by 2. So I'm going to have 2 all over 3, or negative 24 divided by 6. What's the answer? That is what? Negative 4. You understand? I'm going to have over negative 4. That is the value of x that satisfies the quadratic equation 3x squared plus 14x and plus 8 equals to 0. You understand? That is, by substituting these values into this quadratic equation, we're going to arrive at 0. You understand? Okay, so that will be all for this class. If you have any question regarding this, let me know in the comment section. Also, don't forget to click on the like button and also share this video, subscribe to this channel. You understand? Okay, so see you in the next class.